What's up, everyone? We got a fun day of gathering out here today. We're going to be gathering for the snowfield timber to make more of our trade crates. It's going to be a fun time, so get all of those questions ready and let me get our settings and everything set up. Should be good to go soon. And I'm also going to have to gear up because obviously I'm not going to be able to do any gathering in our fishing clothes. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your week in Black Desert. Everything is working out correctly. You guys can hear me, see me, all of that good stuff. I'm going to throw on a little bit more weight today. And I will make sure to have the processing stone out. Just so that we can get ahead and get that ready for when we start chopping down our wood. Okay, crystals, check. Pets, check. And buffs. Not to mention, I will be running the Temerian Blue. And before I get too ahead of myself, let's go ahead and throw on our extra gathering item drop rate. We're at 5.9. Ooh, close. Very, very close. I think I do have food for this. Take the mastery, and we'll take the gathering. There, now we have better mastery and better gathering item drop rate. Let's go ahead and get started. Not sure how much money I'm going to make with this today, but we're just going out, we're gathering. I have to get a lot of the snowfield needed for not only over here in Heidel with our snowfield timber, but I'm also making, I think over here in Valencia, the thornwood timber. So we got to keep up the worker empire. All that good stuff. Got to make sure I'm in the right area. And hopefully no one's out here gathering it too. That would suck. Oops, I'm over here trying to kick a tree. Ugh, not fun. Come on, stop giving me duds. Alright, millennial ginseng. Come on, get lucky. Nothing. Just another day of money making. I haven't gotten really lucky at the beach event, which is why I'm choosing to come out here and gather. Like, it'd be more beneficial to go ahead and get our worker empire up and running more so this week than, you know, just letting it just die off or whatever. Did I miss it? Yeah, I did. Nothing of value so far. Just normal little drops. Alright, what are we doing? What are we at? Getting close to the cutoff. We'll have to run through the town. Or at least take a shot through Windnull, but really want to do that. I'm trying to avoid it. Yeah, I'm alright. How you doing today, D? Out here just having a casual day, gathering snowfield for the worker empire, the usual. Good, good. I'm gonna have to make a short on the worker empire because I keep getting a lot of questions all about the trade crates, and I think I might be able to do well if I make a short explaining, a couple key points of the trade crate empire and something that, a couple tips to keep in mind when trying to figure out whether a crate is good or not. There we go. And I hit the dry patch. Damn it. Oh, I'm in Windmill, that's why. I should probably pay attention to the actual minimap. Yeah, and after taking a look at the trade crate calculator and, really adjusting all of the rates and everything, I was looking at my go-to village and I realized my go-to village, I needed to do something different because I was losing a lot of money crating up the normal radish, cabbage, and rice. So I went ahead and bought 65.1K of the viola, and I'm gonna start packaging them up to go ahead and crate off. Don't know about crates if the worker... What if you don't know about crates if a worker with 175 speed is better than one with... It all goes by the skills. It might just be because of the movement speed, or it might be... Let me see if I can't find a note or something that I can go ahead and demonstrate on. Do we have two? Yeah, we have two. And a goblin and a human. All right, so there's two workshops that I don't have going. Wood workshop. Let's go with the thorn timber. Let me just double check before I get too ahead of myself. All right, we got palm, black crystal amulet, balano, steel, green crystal, red crystal, serendia timber, mud crystal. Okay, so yeah, we will go ahead and do the thorn. All right, so work speed. Man, this does not really help out any at all. Doesn't help me try to demonstrate. The only thing I can think of would be the speed, like the movement speed, probably, and the skills that it has on the worker. I'm not really sure. I haven't ran into that situation too many times. Like I've ran into it a couple times, like especially over there with the Velia Coastal Cave event node that they normally post. And I feel like I'm missing one more. Which one? I think it's Medea crates I'm missing. Thorn, Serendia. Yep. Medea. Cool. Or not. Why can't I? Oh, you're just lagged. What's up, Rema? How you doing? You double check to see if I have any other workshops that I need to go ahead and get started. I don't think I do. That should be all of them. Yep. Okay, cool. We got all of our Valencia nodes going. Yeah, I rarely ran into that situation before, so I don't really know how to go ahead and troubleshoot you. The only thing I could think would be the worker skills are playing a part in it. The workload on some are high, and I have a worker with 161 speed compared to 150. It's faster by like 10 minutes. Are they on the same, like, in the same town? Or the same node or whatever? do they have the same, like, work speed, like the skill wise? Oh, hell yeah, Flippy, you're fucking amazing. Thank you for the follow. Like, do they have the same, I guess in terms of skills, same town, same workshop, but what about the skills? Are they rocking the same skills? I think the only way you'd be able to really check is if they're using the same skills, like same setup and everything. Because if they're running the same setup, but like they're still popping up different, I think you just may have discovered something that we haven't really took into account or really thought about. I don't know. It's just hard to really see or even understand or know. Yeah, but I'm wondering if that skill comes into effect after all of the other stats are applied. Like if you're looking at your workload and all, like that could be the base stats and everything that it leveled up, and then you apply all of the skills on top of those. That's the only thing I can think would be going on. Like that skill is affecting it. Oh yeah, by percentage. So yeah, but the wing skill, isn't that increasing it by the percentage, not a flat rate? What you could be experiencing is the I don't think it would be. You know how Prolibus doesn't really calculate probability, they just give you a number and tell you have at it. I mean, go ahead and try to calculate any of their, or add any of their probabilities and shit, and you realize, like, this probability isn't adding up. I mean, you could be running into that situation. Yeah, it never fucking makes sense. Like, the PA math never maths. Because it shows that after the, after all the skills. Let me see. See if I can find anything for you real fast. Because, like I said, without really knowing, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see how the time is calculated. All right. Here's how it works. Worker load, completes a portion. Each session lasting 10 minutes for gathering, 5 for production. The number of work sessions needed is determined by dividing the workload by the worker's work speed and rounding up to the nearest whole number. This number of sessions multiplied by the session's duration gives you the work time. For example, if your work speed is 150 and the workload is around 310, that will make 3 sessions. 310 divided by 150 equals 2.06, rounded up to 3, which equals 30 minutes for a gathering task. I hope that helps you out a little bit. Okay, so the final cycle for the worker to complete a task sums up the work time and the travel time. Oh, so you also have to apply the travel time too. Travel time is calculated by the distance divided by the movement speed times by 2 for the round trip, resulting in the value is in seconds, which can be converted to minutes by dividing by 60. Yeah, that's why I was like, are they on the same node, same workshop, like the same town? Are they the same type of worker? Do they have the same skills? Because unless they have the same skills and all that, there's so much to go ahead and You're comparing between the two Moodle village workshops. All right, let's go take a look at Moodle. I would assume, which one are you looking at? Just any of these? You're looking at the... Okay, so when you're trying to figure out why like a worker is working slow or whatever, that's where you have to sit there and take in the workload divided by the work speed, or I guess, yeah, workload divided by work speed. Then you have to sit there and times these two, then divide it by 60, and then figure out the time from there. It's like fucking dumb as shit, but you also have to think about the, I guess, each different crate requires a different time that it'll take to go ahead and make it too. So the, what, 16.47, let's take a look. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to tell. Fuck a duck and call a Sally. Man, this is hard to sit there and demonstrate when I don't have workers. Like, I don't have any extra workers to go ahead and try to throw on any nose to show you, but you'd have to use that whole entire formula to sit there and figure out why the speed is not working up here. To at least have it written down for you. This is the... Yeah. That's for trying to figure out how to go ahead and determine your work speed of your workers and all of that. For you guys wondering. The whole formula, everything there. The two workers that you're comparing almost have one-to-one skills, but they don't have the one-to-one. And also, when you were leveling up those skills, or the workers, did they have any skills that gave them any type of stats when leveling up? Because that will also affect it, because you have to remember, wings applies it by percentage. So it's not going to be a flat rate. So if you happen to level up the worker and it had, say, the legwork skill, I think it is, where it increased the movement speed, then your worker's automatically going to be moving faster, which means your worker will be able to move to the workshop from the storage a lot faster to be able to make up those crates. Whereas the other one you didn't level up with that skill doesn't have that stat, or doesn't have the higher stat. So even if you did apply wings to it, the other one that had that stat when it leveled up would have better stats when the wings are applied, like either way. But yeah, you also have to take into account the movement speed from the storage to the workshop, or the storage to the node and node back to the storage, blah blah blah. Yeah, like one of the fun ways that I used to go and level up my, or I guess skill up and try to get my not my traits, but my stats up on my workers, was going out and getting the white grade worker and trying to roll on getting those stupid little level up stats. You know, if you manage to get lucky enough and you get a white worker that has, you know, a pretty decent amount of them, you can go ahead and level it up, or promote it up, hopefully promotes it up, and it have higher stats. So the next grade you can go ahead and, you know, try your luck at applying the level up stats for that. Or, you know, if it was a professional and it's now an arty, you have more stats, you know, you can go ahead and boost up with the other skills that it's now learning from leveling up. That's what I mainly did over there in Afaria because I got very, very, very unlucky with my workers. Yeah, there's way too many variables in it to go ahead and make a whole entire like profession out of it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out a good way to cycle through the skills so that you don't, or you have a better shot at getting certain skills. Like, I'm thinking when trying to rotate a worker skill, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let me see. Now, if you look, you'll get a lot of the siege, the wagon part workshop skill, like those stupid little skills you'll get a lot of. So what I'm thinking is you go ahead, keep those skills on the worker, and then try to cycle out all the other skills to have a better shot at getting your thrifty A, thrifty B, thrifty C. Watch. Let me see. Let's try you. Yeah, like the costume knowledge. It'll probably be siege workshop or the wagon part. Oh, I got lucky. Workshop. Tool. Costume. And then, yep, the wagon. So what I'm thinking is if you keep those, like the stupid little stats on the skills on there that doesn't really do much for the worker, the really, really common ones, you can go ahead and cycle out to try your luck at getting like the crate one that you need or the thrifty A, B, or C. But I've just been going through and cycling all of the skills to see what will work out. If it's like better to keep it like how it is here, keep those two, and then try to roll on something else. What are you doing? What are you, Costa? Yeah, you're Costa. So get the work speed up. I do it whenever I see that, you know, they have the 100. They're pretty much rolled on and I got them set up to how I like them. Now it's just doing extra things like how I just did that. Which unfortunately is not going to be the right one over there in Glish. Well, let's take a look at Glish real fast because I might be able to switch off. Ledor. Oh, no, never mind. You are the one that I needed. So I just got lucky on that. But I do need you. I gotta work on you. So what I'm thinking is I will go ahead, take the sheep shearing off of you, and then take the Ledor off of you and switch you guys around. Yeah, exactly. That's what the skills that I was telling you about. If you get those up, you can go ahead, level them up, and hopefully try to get the better skills like that. So whenever they promo up, the skills that you're trying to do or whatever will go ahead and apply onto the better stats that they got. I personally think trading is worth it, but I mean, that's just me. Oh, right here, right here. Perfect example. Perfect example. Even though he's better set up for it, he has the better work speed. Ooh, tough choice, tough choice. B, C, and A, B, and C. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna have to stick with them. Yeah, my boy, Blue. Yeah, my boy, Blue. I'll have to keep rolling the skills to get it reset up. But I personally think crate trading is worth it if you're out there gathering all your materials. If you're out there trying to buy it all, it's not going to work out well for you, in my opinion. But that's also coming from me with Master 24 trading, and I'm also working with at least 27 to 29 workshops throughout the month. Yeah, if you're into the processing, you have to go out, gather all the materials, and process it all down yourself. You can't buy the plywood. You can't buy the ingots. You have to. Shouldn't even go out and buy the ore or the logs either. In some rare occasions, you could get by with the other material being more expensive, and you cut the cost like that, and your distance and trading level will go ahead and cover the rest of the cost. But usually you should only stick to manually gathering, either using your worker yourself and then processing it all down yourself. And even if you guys are looking at trying to sell things on the central market, let's take a look at the values of the jade crates, the snowfield jade crates, for example. All right. Now, I did a quick little calculation over here just to be ahead of the game for you guys. All right. So just trying to buy or sell the materials off the central market for all of the needed materials. Let me see. Where are you? Should be over here at Trent. Okay. So now looking at the crate face value, you're like, oh, well, that's not going to really make a lot of money because it sucks. Because Twitch does not allow me to do the 1080p unless I am a partner. I'm only an affiliate, so Twitch will limit the resolution down. With my, hold on, like I said, I came prepared for this just to show you guys. All right, so let's make sure we have the right window. Yep. Okay, so taking a look and adjusting everything accordingly because I go out and I gather everything myself. So you said Balanos, so let's go ahead, adjust that to the maple timber, chop that down myself. The ash timber, let me chop that down myself. So per crate, let's see. That's 161.25. But let me go ahead and simplify it down for you real fast to make it easier on you. All right. So let's go with the Balanos timber crate, which is why I linked this up for you guys over there on my my community tab. And for this, we're gonna go ahead and close that out for right now. All right. So taking a look at this, adjusting everything accordingly from trading out from Valencia to Buckpo, using my worker with Thrifty A, B, and C, and the +3 or the lumbering packaging one. Okay, you have to have these or adjust it down to you or whatever. Master, let's just go with Master 24. And processing mastery after 2K doesn't really matter. All right, so starting from the maple timber myself because I don't buy anything, and the ash timber myself. All right, so if you were just going out and buying it all on its own, you are coming out negative 27.4K. If you're going out there and gathering it all yourself, you're per crate, you're getting 238 or 36.6K per crate when trading out there to Buckpo from Valencia. So, like what I'm out here doing right now, snowfield timber. Let's go ahead and adjust that so you guys can see. There you go. So everything is adjusted, and I'll even go ahead and put down the no packaging skill just to go ahead and show you. And you know what? Here. I'll even go a little generous there and take that off. Bargaining on, bargaining off, bargaining on, bargaining off, bargaining on. So you can see, you get an idea whether or not it's going to be worth it for you, but it's worth it for me. That's all that matters. I make the money and all. But that's just to go ahead and give you guys an idea of why I'm coming out and gathering everything that I'm gathering. And that's just for the crates. That's just for the crates. We're not talking about any of the extra drops that you get on the side, like when you're out there gathering and you get the sharps or you get the buried traces. Like, I'm only showing, or I'm only taken into account of what I'm making for the crates. You know, as you guys can see, I'll usually make 700. I'll make a bill. I'll make 2 bill here. Just going out and doing the manual gathering myself. I see that the worker empire has been a hot topic recently, the last week now. What's my gathering mastery right now? Probably gimped because I don't have anything popped. 2.6k. What's up, Flippy? How you doing? Out here gathering for my worker empire, trying to maintain the crate production for the week. The Temerian Beach event kind of got me a little screwed up when it came to keeping all the plywood supplied and keeping my workers fed and all. Mass production knowledge in general, those useful? No, those are not useful for your crates, unfortunately. Those are mainly used for like the processing the melted, but I wouldn't have your worker doing any of the processing of your melted shards because you kind of lose out money on that. Like, to be really honest with you, like if you're using any workers with that, you're cutting into costs or profit, I guess. And let me see, the specified one is mainly for like your bank nodes or the investment banking node or like your monopoly node, like these ones right here. That's how to go ahead and increase those. But again, those at this stage of its life is pretty much useless. Instead of gathering, you do hunting. You think it's worth... I mean, all the life skills are worth it. Like, they're all worth it. I do my hunting unbuffed and what I normally make, what, 1.2 bill to 1.7 bill an hour? No. The tools do come in hand. It applies to the workshop. So taking a look at Glish over here, manage production. Do you even have the skill, bro? No, you don't. All right, so taking a look at yeah, it's a huge moneymaker. I do it casually. I don't do any buffs. I don't really try to number count and all that. So I'm just what is it called? No, it's not over here. I'm just going out there and hunting for the meat that I need for cooking, and I call it a day. No, sorry, I'm over here. Let's try you. Every time I move the materials out and all, every fucking time. I don't think I'm going to be able to proc it. Let's take a double look. All right, so 52, an hour 22 and 52 seconds. Now, see if I can't proc that skill and see if we can't demonstrate. Let's see. Okay, mass production. Get rid of you. You. Come on. How am I not getting any of the shit ones now? How? Okay, so I'm not getting lucky on that one. Every time I go to demonstrate something, I always get the bad RNG. But yeah, your tool skill should play into it because it is from the tool workshop. Hell yeah, it's over. We're out here just gathering the materials needed for more of our worker empire. I got to get the snowfield crates made up. Or I guess more snowfield plywood for the crates to be made up. My fishing kind of took a toll on my workers. They're starving. They're wanting to work. And your boy's been out there at the beach just making sand castles and playing with jellyfish. I might have to change pine, and pine. Yeah, we're gonna have to change. We're over here at Zephyr, and there shouldn't be anything left over here at Zephyr. Good, double check. Fine. God damn it. Got to keep an eye on my energy too. Got like 61 sharps and 65 black gem fragments. Hell yeah, John. You did the herb gathering. You got insane RNG. Almost got a bill because you got 2 of the treasure spawns. Fuck yeah. I'm happy for you, man. I'm out here hoping that I can get lucky on those drops and get the buried traces myself, but I don't think I'm going to get that lucky with it. To be honest with you, I really don't. All right, let's see. Yeah, pine. We got to run over that way. What do I have so far? I only got 4 sharps. Nothing really impressive. 2 Caphras. I did Caphra up my boots to C7, so I'm starting to, you know, put some work into my combat gear. Just a little bit. Nothing too extreme. Just to be able to say, like, okay, yeah, I got my fallen boots or my outdoors boots or whatever the fuck. Oh, hell yeah, John, you are fucking amazing. Hell yeah. Like I said, I'm personally gonna get the what is it, the 40, 60 or whatever the fuck it is. Like, nothing too extreme, just enough to get me back in the game and not having to worry about this motherfucking card overheating. Any tips on where to get the fox blood for alchemy? Well, let me take a look at the alchemy substitutions real fast. Because you might get lucky here and you might be able to go ahead and do something else. So fox, weasel. Okay, so your best bet would be to hang out over here at the Fox Hills. You have, or the Wolf Hills. You have foxes that can be found over here. And you have weasels that can be found over here. Not to mention you also have foxes. But this is going to be your best bet to go ahead and get any of that blood that you need. Yeah, and I am going to be making more guides once I start putting out more content. I am really, really looking forward to I don't even know what they're going to be called. Like, the life prion crystals? Or the prion life crystals? Like, I don't know what the name that they're working with yet, but I'm mainly looking forward to that and trying to go ahead and make content about that. Like, just having actual life skilling content that's being updated. Oh, man. Yeah, it's regular gathering, unfortunately. Marmots. I don't think you can hunt those. See, you got the weasels around Kama Sylvia. Those aren't huntable. Yeah, I don't think there's any other way. Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. Let me double check though. Let me just double check. Weasel, monkey, raccoon, scorpion. Yeah, your best bet is going to be with the, let's see, 23.3. Wait. 28. Go with the weasel. Definitely stick with weasel over there in Balanos. It'll cut you the cost of crafting and make you a little bit more on the profit with your alchemy. Just always double check on the marketplace to see which blood is going to be making you more money or not. You think 4,000 cap? I don't know. I was kind of hoping rewards after G51 would come into the game, but I guess we're still having no rewards for hitting that. No real incentive. Yeah, it's fluid collector. Did they mention if you need to have the +3 and up? Yes, you have to have the +3 and up in order to get the compensation, the crystal or whatever it is. Anything below the +3, they're only going to give silver back as a compensation. So the idea is to cut yourself the time, headache, and the cost of trying to build up your crystals by getting your +3, 4, and 5s already ready. So whenever they go ahead and they do the conversion, you don't have to go on the central market and pray. Someone will go ahead and sell you the materials and or that crystal. I'm just waiting for it to go into the global lab to really see what and all is going on, and I can guarantee you that once the global lab gets posted and everyone has an idea of the materials and the overall process and everything needed, the marketplace is going to fucking blow up. All right, so keep an eye on that. I keep refreshing the global lab just to make sure, so I can keep track on it. So, you know, just in case people are not really realizing, I can go ahead and try to make the money like that. Or I can go ahead and, what's it called? Buy out all the materials that I need. And then when they go ahead and actually implement the global lab change, I can have everything ready and waiting. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that I stocked up on the +4s and the +3s just for this moment. I even went ahead and sold my costume mill. What I'm thinking I'm just gonna go ahead and do now, like I said, I sold my costume mill because with them getting rid of the silver embroidered, there's really not going to be a real reason to even bother with it anymore. You know, I have my +4 farmers. I can go ahead and buy the clothes to go ahead and try the tap if I need the +5, but for now, I am mainly going to focus on getting the crystals and having my whole entire life skilling setup, set up. All right, so what I'm thinking, I'm not going to be able to do is any of them. Any of them. Oof, looks like I'm going to have to get that costume mill again. Also interested in the conditions for the combine. Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Like, are they going to go ahead and, if you have both the vital and the life, are they going to give you the gems? Or is it going to be, if you had like just the life, they're going to give you the silver compensation? Or if you only had the vital, they're going to give you the silver compensation. But if you actually have the 1-to-1 where they can merge it, they'll give you the gem in replacement. In practice, that would be the best way to go about it. Give us the 200 and blah 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 mil for the 1 gem if you only had the life. You didn't have the vital to go ahead and merge the two. You know, they'll just look at the account. Okay, you have 10 vital and 4 life, so we'll give you the silver compensation for 6 of those, and we can merge 4 of those together. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. They're combining both the life and the vital crystals together. So no longer will you have to switch between the 2 different presets. You can just have the one and it'll count as both. Now, what we're all concerned and wondering about is how they're going to go ahead and compensate us for those who have both and those who don't have both. Like, if you only went out and bought all of the vital crystals and you didn't bother with the life, are you going to get your crystal combined? And if you did go out and get them, are you going to get money in compensation? Because either way, it's not fair to one side if they don't do it with the whole 1-to-1. Like, if you have the 2 crystals to merge together, they'll go ahead and merge it. And if you only have the 1, they'll give you the silver for it. You know what I mean? But it has to be a 1-to-1 ratio. Probably at a base price, or probably at the base crafting cost. So if you're looking at trying to make a life or a vital crystal, it's normally half the cost for selling it on the central market. So if you see there, it says 466. The cost of the materials, at least at the time that I had recorded it, it was directly half. So for all of those that were out there, you know, saying I made X amount of money with the forest crystal and blah, 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 and not really putting in the fact that you have to take out half the crafting cost, you know, before you actually apply it all and everything. Like, yeah, I think that's what they would do. They would go ahead and give us the base, the crafting cost of the gem or whatever. Maybe. It's all up in the air. Hell, we don't even know the name of them. We don't know if they're gonna have a new icon. We don't have any clue on anything when it comes to their planning and their ideas. We just know that it's coming sometime in the near future, maybe kind of sort of. Get your tinfoil hats on, because Pearlibus never goes ahead and does anything that they say on time. Yeah, I don't really care for it anymore. Once you hit 2K mastery, the bonuses and everything, they feel the same from 2K to 3K. Like, you're still getting a huge amount. You know, so at this point, your eyes are only seeing, like, huge numbers and not really registering, like, oh, that I'm getting, like, +2 or +3 more than what I was last month, you know? Per cycle, okay? Per gathering cycle. I just want to point that out. Not in total. Yeah, the placebo effect, exactly. You're in 4 Manos and Prime Manos accessories. Okay, the Flamoros and the Prime Manos accessories, and you're wondering how you should go about upgrading them, if it's cheaper to buy or enhance. So, oftentimes you'll run into the issue of, are you lucky with your RNG, like your enhancing RNG? Or do you think you'll be lucky enough to go ahead and tap up your Manos? And now, also, before you even answer that, are you crafting up your Manos? Are you buying them? Are you getting them from bartering? Like, how are you getting your Manos? That'd be a great way to go ahead and lead into this whole entire topic, because it's a little tricky. It's not really tricky. You can dumb it down and simplify it. It's just going about, or it's how you're going about it is all. At least for me. You know how I am with my tapping Manos just for the pure fun of it. So let's just let's see. Okay, so if you're just buying them straight out from the marketplace, I wouldn't advise tapping them up. You should just save your money and just wait until you can buy your pen, whatever it is that you're trying to go for. Now, if you are crafting them up, you have the supplies and everything on a constant drip into your market or your storage, so you don't have to worry about going out and buying them. Let me show you the recipes right here, because they can be crafted. Okay, just type in Manos into the crafting notes, and as you can see, you can craft up all of them. Now, in terms for the Manos, because they kind of get a little expensive with the crons, and they will break if you do not crons them on the fail, because just how easy it is to go ahead and self-craft them up, I would, if you're crafting them, I suggest going ahead, getting a couple, and trying your luck at the tapping. We'll put one in, and I don't do any crons. Like, maybe I'll throw a crons on the duo to try if I'm really wanting to do it, but your boy raw taps this shit, you know, I'm raw dogging it. Straight raw dogging. Like, yeah, it'd be easier to go ahead and cron it, but at the same time, it's a lot of money in the crons. You have to take into the price of the stones, the piece, and the fucking crons. If you're lucky enough, yeah, sure, go for it. If you're unlucky like me, I would suggest just going ahead and buying it, because you're not always going to be able to do something like that. You know, it's not always going to be a instant just, oh, I can one tap that shit and go, you know? Watch, I'll demonstrate it again. I mean, sometimes you get it, easy. No, that's only a duo. Come on. If anyone finds duo impressive, you should probably go back to Twighlite gear. Let's be real. Let's be real. If you're dealing with anything more than Tet Prion, sorry. Duo is like child's play. What's up, Mish? How you doing? I'm gonna try to demonstrate just why you should not try to tap up anything and just buy it off the central market. Especially if you don't have the materials, you're not going out there and gathering it yourself, you know. Driftfeed Manos with the Worker Empire and raw tap it. Yeah, still waiting for those tries, but 25 mil per attempt isn't the worst. Exactly, 25 mil per attempt. That I'm taking the 25 mil over anything, any day. I don't care what anyone says. 25 mil or buying everything off the central market and trying to tap it up yourself. Ooh, yeah, this that 25 mil is looking really good. I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, take the time out. Yeah, it's annoying. Time is money. I get it. Yeah, I know. But to be honest with you, if you guys really wanted to calculate time into money and all that, you should be swiping your credit card and selling the costumes. So with that out of the way, with the whole thought of money and time and you're slowed no matter what you do because you're not swiping your credit card, if you take the time out to gather up all the materials, you can cut the cost of tapping up your tapping your Manos almost by, like, what would you say, Lovely, like 75%? Like at least 75%? And that just off the top of my head, or off the top of our head, you know, because as you seen, I crafted these up weeks ago when I was tapping up my alt gear. Okay, so that's just, you can see there, 1.6 bill for the duo Manos. Let's take the crafting cost out for the Manos. So let's take out, what is that, 240 or 207 mil out of that. So we're still coming out with 1.4 bill almost in profit just for that one tap. And if you take the cost of the 22 stones that I went ahead and used for that, let's go ahead and run the numbers for you guys off the, without any tax or anything, to give you guys a just an idea. We'll even go at max fucking price. And this is all from the materials that I've been out there gathering, hunting for, doing the events, you know, just going out and getting myself, not trying to gather, not trying to buy, not touching the central market. And as you can see, let's go ahead and make up the same amount of money that I was just looking at, the 440. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, that's 220 mil. Okay, that's that 400 mil. Let's see, 22. I'm gonna need probably 23. About 900 mil. So yeah, not looking too bad, right? What's up, Wesley? So yeah, now let's go ahead and, like I said, You're not always going to get lucky enough to go ahead and do a 30% tap on a try Manos, but when you do, oh, it's great. But I suggest having multiples to go ahead and try to tap up your try, you know? And there, now you have a base Prion that you can go ahead and give out to your alt, and you don't even have to bat 9. Yeah. That's why I always suggest trying to go ahead and craft up your Manos, craft up the concentrated black gems and everything needed to go ahead and enhance it, and don't cron it. Don't cron it. You lose so much money on the cron attempts, so much money on the stones. But yeah, now that I have that, I can go ahead and send that out to one of my alts. It's not streamer luck, because I can guarantee you that I would fail all these other taps too on the earring. Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. And yeah, I can easily guarantee you that I will instantly fail on this other one. How are you doing today? What is up? We're out here just... I originally was trying to gather for my worker empire, but I kind of got distracted showing people how to go ahead and craft up their... Well, not craft up their Manos, but why I craft up my Manos and the materials to go ahead and enhance it and all. You know, we just made a quick 6 bill. This math and science class now. Fuck yeah, it's math and science class now. We're going down probabilities. We're playing some games of chance. It's great. You're just now getting into life skilling, trying to craft a Manos chair. Realize you have to farm logs. Well, you came to the right stream. One of the best places to go ahead and gather any of your logs and be able to make money with it is out here with the snowfield timber crates. It's one of the places to make money. Now, if you're trying to just get the logs and you're not really worried about the money, I suggest heading over there to Trent. You could do over there by the orcs with the maple. You can do, my personal favorite is the Hex Sanctuary for the fir timber. You have the cedar that could be collected over here in huge amounts. As for birch, birch is over here at the Bree Tree Ruins. Ash can be found in huge numbers all around over here. And maple can be found all down here. And I guess ash can be found up here too. It's like a little weird mixture with everything here. I don't know how or why, and if I should even keep retaining all of this useless fucking knowledge off the top of my head. But every time I sit there and I go down a random like list of information and everything, I stop and I sit there and think like, damn, that's a lot of information that I could not even tell you about in real fucking life. So how am I sitting here like, oh yeah, I can show you the exact fucking pixel down to the region code on where to go to get this at a moment's notice. What's up, Volo? Said the workers to farm timber would bring back logs. No. So naive, Wes. Oh, so naive, thinking Pearl Abyss would make anything easy. Remember that time that they had logs that were buyable from the NPC? Oh, that was back in 2016 to 2018, I want to say, and then they got rid of that one. You like money too? Bro, I am all over anywhere I go. So, when I start my life skill day, my one goal for the day is to make 1 bill. Just 1 bill, that's all. I've gotten my account into the position to where it doesn't matter what life skill I'm doing, other than sailing and sea monster hunting usually, I will make that 1 bill plus a day. Yeah, they had an NPC back in the day for logs. Let me see how long ago that was. Man. How long ago was that? Not 2017. Yeah, like 2016, 18, around Califion. Oh yeah. Hold on. I think it was only the logs. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't really say, because they removed a lot of the NPCs back in 2017. Like, it's that far, or it's been that long. All right, let's go ahead and tap this up. Yeah, I'm not gonna get lucky on this one. I could feel it in my nuggets. 15% my ass. 15% my ass. Yeah, and that's why, you know, sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. But that's fine. I wasn't expecting to go ahead and tap that up, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, 15%? Nah. That's something that you go ahead and either you have multiples of that you're trying to get rid of, or you're trying to go for the easier Prion attempt. I don't see why anyone would sit there and gamble with that. I'd go with the straight fucking try Manos, convert it over to the Prion, get my bonus experience for the Prion, and work on going ahead and tapping it up like that and save myself the time and effort. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm really not gonna bother. Oh yeah, no. It's no problem. I am actually going down the whole worker empire and the trade crates currently as we are talking. I just kind of got sidetracked on building Manos and showing people why I don't do any of the cron taps. I just straight raw tap it. And then you can go ahead and do things like this. Let's go over here to Velia. The whole entire reason why I'm showing this whole demonstration on why I refuse to try to tap my Manos up past Tet unless I'm trying to go for the better Prion to help myself out. But try Manos, convert that to Prion, save yourself the time and effort, and there you go. You now have yourself a on par earring or whatever accessory that you're going for, and you also get the bonus experience for the mana. So let's go ahead, pull out the Manos earring over here. Dollar Shins over here. Let's go over there and turn that in. You played BDO for maybe 7 years off and on. Still have yet to lifeskill. Lifeskilling is fun. I always set out for my goal to make a bill a day. Always. I've done enough work on my account to ensure that, but that's usually my goal. And today I'm pretty much reaching that goal. There, 1 Prion earring for 6 bill. And the whole reason why I'm going for that over top of the Try Manos is solely and only specifically for that plus 5% for every 2 Prion that's equipped. Solely and only going for that just for my ults. You can go ahead and tap it up and experiment and do all that luck risk-taking shit with your main, but for your ult, I suggest just focusing on getting your base Prion for the bonus experience or switching off your gear. Don't even do what I do, all right? Don't be me. Your alts do not need to have extra gear or anything of the such, all right? You can get away with just switching off your stuff and taking the hit on, you know, the whole, oh, well, I gotta use my maid or I gotta run to the storage. Like, don't be me. Just don't be me. I'm gonna attempt to tap up my Manos Hunter. I doubt it's gonna work. But I'm here, so I want to try it. Someday you'll get crafting your Manos stock. You got 2/6k pure vanadium nuggets. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm starting to get into the 100Ks for my vanadium and titanium ore too. For now, until they take that bag out. I have a feeling. Come on, give me an easy try. Get my alt set up. Motherfuck you. Fuck you, Black Spirit. I tried. I tried. How much would the memory fragments cost? I can always repair it up some other time. Never mind. I'm not even gonna buy the memory fragments. Fuck that noise. And how much for the pen logia? Go hit F2, go into your crafting notes, and type in Manos. 520. I know I'm not gonna be able to do it. I know not with that 10%. I'm better off tapping a Prion and calling it a fucking day. I thought about it. I really did. You boys gonna have to hold off on trying to tap up any of his alt gear, but yeah, it's basically why I'm doing it. I'm just going ahead and getting them all set up to go ahead and, you know, be geared up. Like him out here. My sniper hunter. You know, yeah, you don't need to do something like this, but I prefer to go ahead and have my alts set up in their base Prion, so at least I get some type of mastery while still having that bonus experience. It's mainly for that bonus experience because they're removing the silver embroidered. So it's no longer you can go ahead and just switch off to your alt power level on them and then use your main for all of the juicy drops. Fuck, no. We all know that's not... Look, if that was possible, then I would have tapped that second earring right there just to prove a point. But no. They were like, oh, 30%? Go fuck yourself. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's why I don't buy any of it. I go out, I gather for it, and then I will craft it all up. Feeding some logia tets for alts, especially now with the map update, is going to be convenient. Bro, I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm stepping away from logia. I'm stepping away from logia. I'm at that point in my lifeskilling career where logia is now the dollar store equivalent of, you know, Gucci. Supreme is not so supreme anymore, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, call me bougie. Call me a whale or whatever, but I'm at that point where logia is not cutting it, even for my alts, which is why I'm moving into fucking 6 bill. 6 goddamn bill an accessory. It's fucking straight Fugazi. Oh yeah. And you can also go into your little crafting window too. Let me demonstrate it for you real fast now that Volo brought it up. If you hit L or whatever your crafting is if you're on the console, and go over to manufacturing. You scroll down, just look for Manos. Dear God, all these stuffed artisan shit. Past all of that. How far is it going to be down? Okay. So it's going to be past all of the shit towards the bottom of the list. But you can easily hover your mouse over it and see where the necessary required ingredients needed to go ahead and craft it up. So there is that. Are those pine? I have a feeling that's going to be pine, and I just swam over here for nothing with my short, shy ass. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. And now I'm curious. I'm curious on something. You guys got me fucking worked up. You guys got me worked up like a motherfucker on these damn Manos accessories again. Just when I thought that I had my fill on them. Yeah, Wes, let me go ahead and show you something real fast. Just when I thought I could go ahead and take a break from this, your boy's gonna have to go ahead and do it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our stock real fast. Let's see, Olivia. Oh yeah. Okay, next. I don't think I'll have the magical shards for Yeah, just when I thought I was out, I got fucking pulled back in. I really need to get a clip of the war never changes fucking meme. Just so I can hit the button and have that pop up. You know, because I got all the other ones. Let's see. Let's load up our crafting notes because your boy doesn't know this shit off the top of his head. I think I need vanadium. I'm gonna go with... Let's go to belt. Let's try the belt. See if we have the necessary required ingredients for it. And I know I'm not gonna have the magical shards, which is fine. I'm already well aware of that. I'll buy the magical crystals to go ahead and at least tap or try building one to tap up, because you guys got that shit started back up again just when I thought I can go ahead and rest my cap. I can take a break. I can go ahead and move on to a different little thing for the week. No, we're back on Manos tapping. Fucking bullshit. Okay. Last material. No, I need glish. Sorry, everything's all thrown around. Oh, damn. Okay, so vanadium. Looks like we're gonna be doing some vanadium instead. Or okay. Double checking to see which are the other ones. Okay, titanium. Damn. Looks like it's gonna be vanadium. Grab 200 of those. You're making wise man's blood for profit. Thoughts on that? Wise man's blood on profit. Let me show you something real fast. Videolytics.com. All right. While I am getting all of the necessary ingredients required for this whole entire process, let me show you this really fast. I'm just teaching you guys everything before I have to go ahead and start making dinner. All right, so we go to the Alchemy, Oh, wait, no, yeah, we did it right. You said wise man's blood, right? Click into there. This is obviously going by NA. All right. I said click into it. Okay, so taking a look at wise man's blood. If you take a look at the very corner where my webcam is, the crafting cost is going to be 172 and the crafting profit is going to be 150.7. Now, they say you can make money off of it. I'm not really sure, but I guess it would be hitting these options here. So if you're keeping the wise man's blood, I think that's how you go ahead and determine it. Or maybe, like, I don't really know how to go ahead and determine the whole wise man's blood and just the alchemy ingredients like that, but that's to go ahead and show you. Analytics, it doesn't really say shit. But crafting cost, crafting profit. Not mistaken, vanadium and titanium can be gathered around Valencia City along with mithril. Yes and no. There's more, I think it's titanium that can be found over there at Valencia with a small little amount of the vanadium and the mithril, you know. But it's over there at the volcano that is the main place to get the vanadium if you're trying to manually do it. I had a whole video on that, Volo. I wasted so much time and I was so angry. So fucking angry. Like, why did I do that to myself? I could have done so many other things. You just roll it into elixirs for higher experience if you're going for guru. Yeah. That's why I'm like, if you're saving it to go and use it for something else, that's probably where you'd be making a lot of your money at. But I usually don't do alchemy for money. Alchemy is just pretty bad in terms of the cost of materials to being able to make the money, and it's pretty much chump change in terms of going out there and gathering. You know, you gather, you get the materials, you can turn it into something and sell it. Whereas you really can't sell a lot of the elixirs and stuff. And if you do, you're like, wow, that's such a waste of my time, effort, and money or profits. Yeah, that's just for the one. So the higher your alchemy, the more that you can get, like on the bonus procs, and with the, I guess, rare little alchemy attempt that you get, because you can always get the oils, you can get the bloods, you can get all of that from the special little proc from that too. So it's pretty much RNG. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get the extra proc on your wise man blood, or you might just get the one, you know, and you can get 1 to 3 or 2 to 3 or whatever, wherever the going rate is on it, or the going amount. All right. I don't think that gave me enough of the, oh, actually I think it did. I think it did. Let's go ahead and find out. Yeah. Pretty much making about 2 to 3 times more than the crafting cost. Yeah, that's only if your skill is high enough and you can keep procking that. Because if you don't and your RNG is bad, your skill is lower, or your mastery is lower or whatever, then you're pretty much just doing your normal little procking. And you can also hit the alchemy stones. That's why I was explaining to someone earlier in my comments, you know, it wouldn't be so bad. Like, cooking wouldn't be so bad if it gave us the same proc chance on like a rare material or whatever, like how with alchemy does. You know, alchemy, you can make a little bit of money on the, what's it called? The little bonus procs, and, you know, if the elixir is really needed or draft is really needed at that current moment, or there's an event or something. Whereas cooking, it's either people want that dish or people don't. And if people don't want that dish, you're not making shit on it. Like, at all. Which kind of sucks. But at least we have the chance to go ahead and get a sturdy alchemy stone. 1 to 4 with more than 2k, you're able to get 3 on an average. Yeah, exactly. So if you have more than 2k, but if you're below, like, say, 1500, your chances of that is, like, really low. Like, really low. Yeah, we can only make 1 of the earrings. So yeah, look at that. I just made up a Manos earring. And then what I'm going to do is I still have some storage maids left. What I'm going to do is pull out 200 more of those. Go ahead and pull out the full 100 on that. And I'm thinking, yeah, we'll go ahead and do another attempt. I don't know how well this is going to go. It's probably going to break on duo or break going for the try, but YOLO, you guys brought me back into this shit. I told myself I was not going to do anything until I tapped up my Prion. Byproducts for what? Like, what question are you asking, and or about which byproducts? Like, help me out. Give me the deets. I need some context here. Yeah, after just looking at all the comments I've been getting on the Worker Empire and the trade crates and everything, I have to go ahead and at least try to continue teaching you guys about the Worker Empire. Like, I'm shocked. Just on the Steam charts alone, we now have 23,000 average players that are playing just on Steam alone. And seeing the search results for the Worker Empire, like, dear God, and the trade crates, like, I don't know if a lot of veterans are jumping back in that used to play before all of the mastery changes and everything, or we're just getting a new influx of just new players and all, but it is insane. Like, I'll get maybe 5 out of 6 questions being about the trade empire or the workers and shit. Very, very rarely do I get things about the fishing anymore. That'll be almost one attempt if you can go ahead and actually get that stone made up. Thank you. Come on. Not even like one attempt. That's a partial attempt. I'll probably do 2 attempts on this. You think people want to build an empire now that we can spend that all energy so much easier? Probably. And probably that with all the worker changes, being able to go ahead and cycle through the workers without having to sit there and make sure there's not a dog under me. He's right behind me. But you don't have to worry about switching off to another character to use the energy to go ahead and cycle through the workers. Yeah, now I think people are more inclined to want to deal with the worker empire, and it's a little confusing to find any information on the profits and if it's going to be worth your time, because a lot of people are still under the impression that the worker empire is a completely useless thing and it was only used for active trading and blah, 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 when I made, what, the 10 bill for the month of my crates. And that was just a casual empire. Like, I wasn't able to maintain my empire the whole entire month. So just 10 bill on that. You're trying to get into fishing. You've been fishing at the Huddle Ball. You've been okay, Heidel all week, got Master 18, was wondering why you wasn't getting goldfish. It was currency. You're not at the event area. For one, oh, you're talking about the plump coelacanth? If you're talking about the plump coelacanths, you're going to have to be fishing right here for it. If you're talking about the other fish, you have to be fishing at the actual event area, the Tamarian Beach. If you're talking about the yellow Tamarian fish. I look at the empire in terms of how much silver can you save instead of how much can you make. Exactly. And when you don't have a value pack, it's mainly more about what can I do with the material. Like, I'm no longer trying to post anything on the central market because I'm only going to be losing 30% compared to everyone else after my value pack is done. So why not recoup that 30% loss on selling it on the central market and move it to an NPC where I don't have to rely on, is Ricky, Billy, and Bobby going to buy my shit today, or am I going to have to wait for a month or two? Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's just, they kind of have two events, the plump coelacanth and the Tamarian event. The plump coelacanth is always going, and you always get the notification whenever you pull out your rod to go to the event area, but every so often do they remember to tie it into, oh, let me point it to the actual Tamarian beach and not just the normal whatever event area you're in. Is that really so hard? You have a character, the character has energy, the energy is used to hire workers. I'm strongly disappointed in people's willingness to think. Okay, so when it comes to Black Desert, people don't like to think. We hit R. We would rather have people tell it to us because we hit R. That's all we do. General knowledge, refinery, specialty work is actually given +5 when crafting a crate. Like farm knowledge gives +5 for nodes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. Let me see. Does crate crafting? Let's find out. Boost. Do. Okay, it doesn't affect the Royal Workshop. Yeah, guess so. I don't see anything that says no, and I don't see anything that says yes. It only says Royal Workshop, and if they don't say yes and they don't say no, I'm just going to automatically assume yes. So, hey, congrats. Thank you, help. I'm going to have to re-roll some of my workers again. Yeah, like if I can't find anything saying yes or no, I'm just going to automatically assume the, like, yeah. Just like, you know, if I don't see Jay at the company, I don't hear any type of apology, I don't see anything about him, I'm automatically assume he's not there. Until I see anything saying yes or no, that's automatically what I'm going to assume. Okay, let's go ahead and see this if it'll go ahead and tap up. I can do 2 attempts. Showing 153. It's not bad. I need 13. We need 13 more. Technically, I made 1.6 bill so far, but we got the resources. We might as well, right? It's what I've been gathering out there all week for. So technically, if we're getting real technical, let's see. I lost 1.6 bill. Okay, so my profit is only so far 6 billion. JJ has. J Kim? No. Or Jae Kim? We don't know. Like, JJ did. But Jae Kim, I don't know where. You know, the Mr. Kim that you always see in the Land of the Morning Light? Jae Kim. Mr. Kim. So, yeah. Until I see anything about where he is or anything, like, I think he left. I think he's gone. I think he got fired. Is he alive? Like, I'm still on this shit. I'm still, like, this is still on the top of my head. Like, where is he? Because at Heidel Ball, he was not there. And if your company is having a big celebration and you're not there, like, were you invited? And if you were not invited, what did you do? Are you still there? Are you still a part of the friend group? Like, where are you? And I have not found anything on it. I have not found anything denying, and I have not found anything like coming out and saying yes. No, JJ got the fuck out of here. Unfortunately, she went to Throne and Liberty, and oof. We seen how well that went. Alright, let's see if I can't get this try tapped, and then I'm gonna use the bathroom. See if we can't. Oh, god damn it. Body double like Calpheon ball and a Papu shirt. No, I think he's gone. I really think he's gone. 3 bill. Or 6 bill. And that's a loss. That's a loss right there, but we still made our 6 bill today, so it doesn't... I mean, technically I made 3 bill today. If I wanted to go ahead and sell it, but I'll be right back, everyone. Let me use a bathroom real fast, and we'll continue with our gathering. All right. Let me get that AC turned on, and let's go ahead and get back into this. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, every time I think you guys or every time I think I'm done with the Manos tapping and all of that dumb shit, you guys always have a way of bringing me right back in. Yeah, I love leaf. And it's gone. It's just a normal little tap. Normal little Manos attempt. Once you've gone through so many Prion fails, like raw tapping Manos is pretty much just sneezing, taking a breath, waking up. It's like drinking a cup of coffee. It's unfortunate. I'm in that part of my life frame where for BDO, as you can see, I'm running around in almost full pen Prion. I almost have full pen Manos. And then see, oh no, not change. We're starting to work on, he's gonna get my Prion earring maybe, or it might go to my trainer. I'm not exactly sure just yet, but we got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Take you, I need you. This one. I think that's all my life skillers. Oh no, I got you. My farmer. Yeah, that's all my life skilling. And I am close by. You wanted to ask what's the difference between the advanced production +3 and the advanced pack? one is for herbs and one's for grain, fruit, and veggie. It's self-explanatory. If you are working in your herb workshop, that skill will be applied to the herb workshop. If you are working in the produce workshop or whatever it is, it will be applied. So if you're, I do have a workshop like that. So if you're taking a look at, say, over here, these are going to be applied to the veggie or the produce or whatever. Unfortunately, because it is all in here, it's only going by the stupid fucking workshop. Now, it gets a little complicated because, like, the Jangdok platform kind of doesn't exactly work like any kind of workshop, but yet it does. Like, I think the advanced refining, whatever the fuck it is, will go ahead and apply to it, or the mass. But it doesn't have a workshop, like an actual workshop skill. But for that, it would just be the produce. Same thing that applies on the mainland. Same thing would apply right there. Like, if it's in the workshop, it's going to get applied by whatever the workshop skill is. It's not any of the complicated ones where you have to sit there and try to figure out if the skill is going to work for this, because it's not exactly saying it's this workshop or blah, 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 but the produce, counting for grain, veggie, and fruit. And viola isn't a herb. The herbs are mushrooms, the things that you use for alchemy. So if you're taking a look at, say, I don't have the crate here anymore, but say you're looking at, these are your herbs: hump mushroom, dwarf, fog, fortune teller, sky mushrooms, things like that. And I don't think it gets applied to... We'd have to check to see if it gets applied to the actual herbs here, though. That's what I'm gonna assume they are. But again, I'd have to look it up. But for the general idea, produce for produce, herbs for herbs. If the item is an herb, then you can automatically assume that it's going to make an herb crate. If it's a produce or a fruit, you should assume. But they also have bad translations, so it could just be the general, oh, well, the production node will be this and this and this, so let's just go ahead and name it this, even though those are herbs and that crate is in this one but not in that one. You know what I mean? Like, their whole simplification or unification term that really doesn't mean that, apparently, to Pearl Abyss. I need the repair guy because I'm doing one more fucking tap because you guys seem to really make me crazy with this shit. Let's just pull out 4.5 billion. And how many stones am I gonna need for this? Unification strikes again. Told you, whenever they say unification, they never mean what that word really fucking means, and I hate when they use that fucking term. I hate that term. I hate it. Whenever Black Desert throws it out, it never means whatever it's supposed to fucking mean. Never, ever, never not. Ever. Alright, let's go ahead and see if I can't get lucky on this 11% chance. Get that 4 tap into a pen Prion. Doubt it, but YOLO. Let's go. Find out. Never, ever, never not. Never, ever. Oh, and while I'm here in the town, I can actually chop down that stuff. That's how you can always tell it's gonna fail. Whenever it lags and it stutters like that, fucking fail. Always. Oh, wait, I gotta be chopping it. What am I doing? You only heard them unifying blood? Oh. Oh, man. You don't remember about the blood, the meat, the seeds, and what else was unified? Oh, the traces and the fruits were all unified all at once. Now, in all of that, the traces and the fruits were the only ones that were unified. All the other ones had their tooltips, like a line added to their tooltip. That was it. That's all they did. That was their unification. That was their simplification. They put a line on the tooltip. Best example. Best motherfucking example I can show you. They were talking about blood unification. Alternate ingredients. That's what they put on there. That was their unification. That's what it means for Pluribus to unify something. They put that alternative ingredient there. You don't believe me? Here, let me show you their blood unification. Calpheon. Oh, yeah, there you go. There, that's oh, the same meat that it always was anyway. So what the fuck? You don't believe me? Here, let's go check the other. Oh, isn't that supposed to be unified? Oh, these are other meats, right? Shit. Weird. That shouldn't. They didn't unify anything like they said they would, except for the traces and the stupid fruits. That was it. They could have got away with the powder of whatever the fucks too. Tom couldn't handle the horse tails in town, so you returned in 2021. Oh, okay. So you're not a newbie, but you're also not a veteran. I get you. Oh, yeah, those powders. Those fucking powders. But yet, you know, we're still out there gathering 20 different fucking meats, even though only one of them is really useful because all of the other ones are valued higher and no one goes out and gathers them, so no one really fucking cares about them. I'm just saying, between me and you guys, I don't see any type of unification or simplifying on it. You know, just leave it back to how it was, where there was a variety of things that we can go out there and gather for, and maybe you were saving yourself money on this, or maybe you're making money on that, but there was more than just, oh, well, go out and gather your weasel blood or your weasel meat because that's going to be the only one that you're going to be using. Everything else is more expensive and there's no real supply to really go ahead and supply your worker empire with it or your alchemy shit with. Like, it's dumb. Oh, yeah. And they unified all of the blackstones while also adding more blackstones. Just saying. I don't count that, Tantio. I don't count that just because if you're going to unify something, you kind of can't add things onto it to break that unification. You just went back to square one. Like literally just right back down to square one. How many stones am I going to need? How many different fucking stones am I going to need to go ahead and craft up to go and do my enhancing? Can't really say, oh, well, they unified that. They broke it. They ununified it. They ununified it while unifying it at the same fucking time. Like, you Ouroboros'd yourself. I don't get it. That's why I'm like, why hasn't Jay come out and said anything? Or why hasn't Jay taken any, like, responsibility for any victories or whatever? He's just missing. Yeah, it's a great update until they went ahead and added all these other stones that kind of just went back down to square one. It was a great idea. Like, it was a really, really great idea. But now you're just doing the same thing. I really forgot about that whole unification too. Really did. Yeah, great idea, poor execution. You know, you had the right fight, but you kind of came out with the wrong look. It's like trying to peacefully protest while setting everything on fire. You kind of, you know, don't give that look. You can go ahead and scream it out to me all you want. Post it up in the patch note, but I'm not seeing what I'm hearing. Imagine if we had 2 time stones for all the ones we have now. Yeah, imagine if they reduced it down to 1 stone that you needed. Yeah, imagine if they would have done that. Imagine no. I got a great thing to imagine. Imagine if Pearl Abyss wasn't so money hungry. Actually, don't, because if they were not a Korean company, we'd probably get another Amazon, and I regret saying anything. I do apologize. I'm so sorry, missing Big Papa J. I do apologize for ever wishing that upon us. Like, I will stick with everything that we have here. The gripes, the flaws, the swiping on everything. I will gladly fucking take that than a New World 3.0. And I can't say 2 because Chrono has kind of taken that title. Like, they still make us use magical shards. Yeah, we have to use magical shards for all of our Manos crafting. We have to use it for the tools, like that requires the shards. Shard. You have to, I'm pretty sure shards, like all of it. It's just anything life skill. By the way, they're making it. Who cares about the ranks? They're simplifying the gear. They're making it to where you're only gonna go for the one. You're only gonna need the one. They're removing silver embroidered because next it'll be, you know, Logia. Next it'll be the blue grades. Now you only have the choice between Manos. And then a free piece of gear that they give out. Some free alternative like the Tuvula. And I can't say, you know, I'm wrong or I'm trying to doom monger or anything, because you guys weren't around for the first iteration of the life skilling gear, were you, before the silver embroidered? I know you guys have seen it in the game. Leslie, so far from what they have said during the Heidold Ball, anything from +2 and below, they're going to give silver out as compensation. Anything from +3 on above will get the new Prion Life Crystal, whatever that is. +3 will get you the lowest rank, +4 will get you the mid-grade, and the +5 will get you the best crystal, whatever that may be. And you have to have the Prion accessories equipped in order to throw the crystals into the Karazad slot once the update comes out. But that also requires them to get the Prion crystals and everything figured out first. We just know what they gave us in a little screenshot in the background. Just nothing too much. Yeah, you should. Make at least 6. If you can get 6 +4s, 6 +5s, great. If you can only get like half and half, cool. You're just trying to cut down the crafting costs for upgrading the Prion crystals whenever they come out. Start out with fishing log. What gear should you chase to start out with? You're about to lose your silver embroidered clothes, so you should probably start focusing on getting your Logia, then your Manos. Oh, Logia, blue grade, then Manos. Working your way up like that. But they are removing silver embroidered, except for the trader and the farmers. Might as well get your head around that now. Mentally prepare yourselves, okay? Wonder if what they'll be if they move the Manos stones. Okay, so here's basically what they're doing, Volo, is I'm gonna attempt to bring up the screenshot to show you. Tendency, that's a totally different thing. That's a totally different, they're combining the life and vital crystals together. We're talking about a whole different crystal. Okay, so let's see. I need the fucking Heidel ball. Because they don't even have a name. Like at all. We just know they're coming out. Alright, Heidel ball. Okay, so Dawn crystal upgrades. Not really sure. Okay, load it up on the web right here. Let's see, life skill gear. I guess let's go ahead and do that here. Yeah. Okay, so clothes will be removed except for trading and farming, and the effects of the clothes will be added onto the Manos clothes. They don't say if it's going to be a +1, +2, or +3, +4, or +5 being thrown onto your Manos, so we don't know anything about that. I'm showing you what they said. As compensation, you will get silver for any silver embroidered clothes up to duo. For the clothes past duo, you'll be getting a Wan, Bon, and Jin Life Dawn Crystal. These Dawn, Wan, and Jin blah 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 will go in the Karazad, and the slots will be opened up for the life skill gear by equipping the Prion accessories. Now, they're also combining the life and the vital crystals together. Where are you? The adventure log. Let's see if I can find it here. There's also going to be a new life crystal which will combine the existing life and vital crystals to create a crystal that with both the life and or the life experience and the mastery. So yeah, they did say what stones they were giving. They did say which stones that they were going to be combining. They just didn't give us an exact legit time frame other than whatever the screenshots in the back, you know, go ahead and show. See, crystals, a lot of these updates are just, I don't know if they're supposed to be coming to the global lab during these days, or we're getting them on the actual release, like the actual live servers during whatever the dates say on here. Yeah, they're okay. So they're not replacing the life. They're just giving out new ones. Oh well, hey, even better. More life crystals we can go out there and gather for, I guess. Oh wait, sorry, mob grind for. My bad. You're right, Volo. And that's just, we don't know how we're going to be able to gather them either. We don't know what the ingredients are, where they're, like, if they're mob grinding, or if we're going to have to gather, or if there's going to be some, like, stupid gimmick, like a daily quest or something to go out and get whatever material it is for these new life vital crystals. That's what I'm going to start calling them, the life vital crystal. Until we get an actual name on them, like the Dawn life Life Dawn crystal. Out of town since Hey, what's up, Bly? Been out of town that long? Did you get anything good? Watch, motherfucker probably got like 10 fucking starfish. Over here got one. Bly's gonna come out like, yeah, I was gone all week and your boy fished up like 29 of the stupid starfish, 46 of the shellfish, and 120 of the jelly. Over here like, I got a sardine. I got a rock. Yeah, I was kind of hoping the same thing too, but I guess we're gonna have to mob grind for them. So probably start saving up your silver now to buy any of the new life crystals, because I don't think we're to be allowed to go do it. I just have a sneaking suspicion that if you mainly do life skills, you are out of the running for this. I've gotten one measly little starfish, which is why I'm not out there trying to make the money. And no, before anyone automatically assumes I'm trying to make 20 bill per night, I would like to actually get an event drop. Like, if there's an event going on and they're saying that I can fish up something, I would like to actually be able to fish up the event drop. That's all I'm mentioning. I'm not talking about the money that I'm not making and how much of a waste of time. Like, I'm just merely mentioning the fact that I want to get one of those drops, so I don't want to see anyone in the comments getting all angry.
Well, he's just really upset because he can't make the 5 to 6 billion like out in Tiger side.
Clearly, you're new here. Clearly, like, you're not like listening to the whole issue. Like, I want to drop. I don't want to be out there fishing for nothing. If there's an event drop, I kind of want to have an event drop. It's weird how that works, right? You doubt they would tie life skill crystals into mob grinding? Like, Volo, what do you mean? You remember the merchant ring? How the only way to go out and get it was to do the desert trading, the life skill? Do you remember that? I do. I remember when we had life skill items that were only available to get through life skilling, and then they went ahead and turned it into mob grinding activities only. So I don't know if that's the Korean way, but that's the BDO way. To be honest with you, I don't even know. I'm not fishing out there. I normally make, what, 2 bill a night fishing out there. I would prefer actually getting the event fish, you know, so I don't know. Yeah, but you're missing, it was a life skilling only activity. You're missing the whole entire point. It was a life skilling activity only. So we can't go by, oh, well, if it's for life skilling, they're not going to do that. It's not the Korean one. We can't go by that logic because they changed the life skilling only activities to be mainly and only mob grinding. You can't go out and do the desert trading to get your merchant ring piece anymore. They nerfed it. They removed it. It's now only mob grinding, so we can't say that. Let's see, what other examples can I give about... let's see. trying to look at what other items that are for life skills that were made into just solely mob grinding things. Let's see. No, they didn't. They didn't learn from their mistakes. Not at all. Not even in the fucking slightest. And I wish they did. I really, really wish they did. But unfortunately, like, if they would have learned their lesson, maybe they would have added furniture for us life skillers instead of us life skillers making furniture only for mob grinders. You know, maybe they would go ahead and include some type of life skill stats onto anything that they give out instead of just the mob grinding, you know, make it an equal footing. But they really gear it towards one aspect, so I'm kind of leaning towards the aspect of having to run out there and grind Ardania for the materials. Let's see. You gotten 500 mil. Oh, that's not too bad. That's around the average everyone's been getting. That's what I mean. Like, you were gone how many days and you only got one of the event drops? Like, for an event, it's kind of lackluster. I kind of want to get the event drops for the event, you know? I'm not... No. I'm not talking about how, you know, we don't interact with the other one. I'm saying how they incentivize it more for the mob grinding. Like, sorry, but buy one of those on the central market right now. And name one event that they've given any of these life skill gear out for. Any of them. You know, I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. Okay. For just logging in. Can you show me any event for just logging in where they gave you your life skilling gear? I know they're showing which route they're going into. They did all of the bosses and blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, you can go out and gather material. You can gather for the new life crystals and elixirs and drafts. They didn't say anything about if the area was going to be able to be gathered in, like Ulakita over here. You remember how everyone complained about there being no life skilling content or anything because, you know, it's a whole entire area. Why can't we go out and gather anything? Oh, and you remember when there was no nodes here because they didn't care for that little aspect of the game until we complained about it? Like, I'll continue to play the game. Since playing since 2016, I know better. I know not to get my hopes up. It's kind of like, oh, fuck, I don't know. Hey, can you tell me where to go out and gather? Can you tell me where to go out and gather the alchemy ingredients for the Turo blood and the Turo heart? Because I really need these for my alchemy, and I really like to go out and gather for. Oh, fuck. That's right. That's only a mob grinding thing. Shit. Well, maybe if I. Oh, wait, no, that's only mob grinding. Shit. Well, I guess they won't ever tie a life skill object into mob grinding. Fuck me. Okay, they've done it before. That's why I say, you know, I'm not going to hold my breath. If they go ahead and add a new material or anything to go out. Yeah, I just play. I don't follow promises. I know better. If it comes out, it comes out. If not, well, it just gets filed into the list of things that was said to come out and has never come out since the trailer. The 2015 reveal trailer where they were climbing around. Just saying. I wish I could climb cliffs and things like that. Man, that trailer was great. Yeah, it's just like one of those situations. You file it off in the back, and you just remember that's another thing that Perlibus said that they were going to do and has never done. I guess maybe in a couple of years it'll come out like the Blue Arena. Oh man. Oh man, you seen how long it took them to deal with Port Rat? I remember when they said they were going to go ahead and reveal that region. 2018. Highlight year. I'm really curious if anyone has decided to make a spreadsheet on all of the failed ideas or anything that was promised to us that has never been delivered yet still. One or two things I can go ahead and, oh, well, you know what? They dropped the ball. They can go ahead and do better. 3 or 4 years in a row. You know. But here's to hoping. And here's to hoping it's not going to be like a experience like in the Land of the Morning Light where they do good on one aspect, they kill it, they try to bring it back, and they don't really knock it out of the park for both. Like Land of the Morning Light could have shown a lot brighter for life skills. And they could have done a lot better on the mob grinding areas when they decided to go ahead and give it out. You know, the Black Shrine, great. You know, I did the Black Shrine when it first came out. I sat there for like, I think 3 months straight doing the Black Shrine, just going ahead and getting it knocked out on my shy because, you know, I could. But it's kind of fell behind everything else, and it's just kind of dropped the ball. They promised a rework sailor management. I still don't. I think they could have did a little better on it because it's still just confusing. Like, it's just still really confused. Well, sorry. The managed UI, great. I love that. You're right. What the sailors do and being able to see what and all and how and all you should be going out and getting them and blah, 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 they really need to work on. It's not like how the worker empire, you know, this one does this, that one does this, that one does this. We only know innocent and confident. What do the other ones do? Are they useful? Would you use them? How do you use them? Would you put them here? Would you put them there? They don't really, I guess, give you much of an idea on it. You know, much like how the map UI is kind of all fucky and they're going in and getting that updated now. It's much like that. Like they got a great little concept. They're the actual managed UI where you can place them in the different little slots. Great. I love that. What are all these? What do they all do? Which one should we be going for this and going for that? Why add so many of these without adding a proper explanation on what and all the sailors are like possibly good at? You know, it's just a little confusing. And I know for a newer player, they're not going to sit there and look up things. They're not going to go and like, well, let me look at these stats. They're just going to be like, oh, look, a sailor. I'm going to get that one. Oh, he's a treasure hunter. So I just automatically assume he's going to be able to get me more treasure, right? No, it's not how that works. But there's not that whole explanation, everything, you know? Okay. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. We're gonna... Do I not have anyone over there? No, I don't have anyone over there, but I do have someone over there at Ilia Island to go ahead and check the sailors, because if you're right, I should be able to go ahead and see their stats and everything before hiring them, right? But we're gonna go find out. All right. Let's go find out. As a new player, let's see. As a new player that does not have any clue on what the sailors do or anything, I just got a contract and I should be able to go ahead and figure out a better... I should be able to better manage like which ones I'm going ahead and getting, right? All right, so let's go ahead. Is there any sailors around here today, or do we have to wait for later on? We might have to wait for later. Oh, no. Okay. So diligent. Shit. What does he do? Okay. What do you do? Okay. So what about you? What do you do? Okay. Good. Okay, so I just hired my sailors. Okay. Now that I hired my sailors now, shit. Okay, so is that for turning? Is that for... No, that's not. Okay, so is that for... Okay, so ship speed, acceleration. Okay, so they got that. Cool. Cool. Which one is he? Natural born? No. Which one are you? Oh, fuck. I don't know which... That's not a confident, is it? I don't think I can... try to make a bit about this, but like now I'm even confused. Let me see if I can check the wharf and see what one that is, because now I thought I had an idea of which sailors I had. Apparently fucking not. Whoops. Oh god, I can't tell. All this to find out which sailors I have. Fuck. One moment. I gotta tell which are the sailors or what, because I don't know. Yeah, Lovely. I'm with you on this one. I don't really know what the sailors are really good for. I just follow whatever anyone tells me to do. I hit R. And I hope for the rewards at the end. What can I say? I'm a typical casual Black Desert player. All right, Mort. Enjoy your night, man. Get some sleep. See if I can't see what worker or sailors these are. Really? I can't manage sailors from... Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, just... But that's just your take, though. But you see what I mean, Volo? That's what I mean. That's just your take. And I quote, here's my take on it. Not, here's what Pearl Abyss says. Here's what Pearl Abyss expects. That's just what you think. You know what I mean? But as a new player, how are you going to know this? How are you going to go out and... I just got that sailor. I don't know what he does. I'm having trouble finding out what sailor I even got. You know, I have to take out my whole entire thing just to go into the sailors, just to... I think it was you? Oh, there we go. It was a confident. Sorry, guys. It was a confident sailor. Oh, he's curious. I guess I gotta get rid of him because I don't really know what null... Let me see. Breaking... Wits, I guess I should get rid of him. I don't even know if he's good or not. I guess I don't really know. But if I'm looking at this, I mean, he gets the bonus, so I guess I should be going for ones like that. That's what I'm your take, you playing for so long. That's one thing. I'm saying for a new player. As a new player, a player who has not jumped into this game, who has no idea what they're doing, has never sat there and watched a whole YouTube channel on guides, or went on Discord, or jumped into the game and all that. Like, I'm showing you the new player experience. I'm showing you, like, literally what new players are having to experience. But you're trying to tell me to think of it as a veteran player and all this. Like, as a newer player, where does anywhere, where does the whole innocence, you know, where does it say that in the tooltips? Where does it say it anywhere in the game? Volo, like, off the top of your head right now, can you point out where a new player would find what the different sailors do and what they're able to do, or an idea of any of that in game right now? Like, can you direct me? Like, anywhere where a player will go ahead and, again, I'm just letting you know, as a new player, you're again coming at me like a veteran player. I'm asking you as a new player. If you were trying to teach me right now as a new player, okay? Where am I going to find the sailor information to go ahead and figure it out? Where am I gonna find that? If I'm choosing which sailor to go ahead and get right now, where can I find that to sit there and have in my game? Where does it give me an explanation? Where does it show me any of that without any convoluted way, without any, like, having to go into this menu, that menu, this menu, just to open up this, to go ahead and look at that, just to go ahead and level it up, and maybe after a week you can go ahead and like, you know. Exact. So the only option is to go ahead and do the same exact thing that they were originally doing in the first place. But I thought it was better. For a veteran player, yeah. But for a newer player, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't rectify that whole issue of, am I even using the right sailor? What does a sailor do? Did I waste the money to go ahead and buy that sailor? Where do I find the sailor that I need to go ahead and find? You know, they don't even tell you, like, hey, sailors can be found here, 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 or there, or blah, blah, blah. They just give you a contract. They tell, or not even give you a contract. They just tell you can hire sailors. That's it. That's just it. And going by my Bitcraft online and just seeing how a lot of players are complaining about not having their hands held to get certain information or have descriptions or figure out the game and everything. In a Korean MMO, I can only imagine the new player frustration currently in this cycle of the game with all of this old information that has not been touched. And when they do, it's only in terms for the veteran players, not the newer player. Like, as a veteran player, I know what sailors to go for. I know where to get them. I know how to get them. No. Not like telling you should be going for this one. It's, they could be found in taverns. They could be found around wharfs. Okay. At least I know I have an idea of where to go. Maybe I'll stop at every inn around the, like, every town and try to look for it. Cool. Problem solved. This sailor has the ability to, or has a chance of, or is meant for, you know, cool, great. I have an idea of what they can do. I just don't know if I'm going to get a good one, how good it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. Just a general vague or any type of idea of what to do would help out the newer players, and they're not even given that. They're just told, hey, you can hire sailors, have at it. What? How much? For what? Oh, and then you finally find one and realize, oh, it costs money. Okay. Now I don't know which ones to check. Now I don't want to buy one because it's money out of my pocket, and it's just a little bit more difficult for the newer players. Veterans, yeah, you know, veteran players are great, cool, but it's just for the newer players, this time frame in the or time lifespan in this game, fuck no. That's why they're going ahead and readjusting the earlier aspects of the game and all the convoluted shit like the map UI. Hopefully they'll touch the sailing. It would be boring without exploration. You really think anyone explores? We got wells. I can jump on an alt and I don't have to run anywhere. What are you talking about, exploration? They killed that. They killed the whole exploration when they threw in flying. It's like with World of Warcraft, once they introduced the flying mounts. You stopped going around looking for all those cool little locations because you can fly from point A to point B. You no longer had to find a shortcut. Like, it sucks. Yeah, that's why I haven't gotten any of the pearl slots for my sailors, because I don't understand the system. And I don't want to sit there and look up all this shit on Google and spreadsheets and all this to figure it out. They're not going to get my money on it. Like, it's all right. They have enough players to go ahead and make their money and swipe off of the shit. I can't. I don't understand it. I just know, get all innocent goblins and you're fine. That's all you should be doing. Or I guess if the meta changes, I think the meta changed for like all confident sailors or some dumb shit like that. But normally just look up whichever one everyone says and just go from that. If Perlibus is trying to explain what they do, they're not really explaining it well, so I'll just be a sheep. That money is a change at the current price of profit, sailor sides. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm not even gonna bother buying them. I don't know what all of the sailors do. What's the benefits of getting this one? What's the benefits of doing that? So why go out of my way to buy 3 more slots to go ahead and fill in that one worker or that one sailor if I don't even know what that fucker does? Like, the dude can sit there on his boat with his thumb up his ass the whole fucking time, making the boat slower, and I'm over there paying real money for it? Nah, fuck that. I'd rather go ahead and do anything else. All right, let me go and chop these down and start ending this off so I can go cook dinner and all. But yeah, like, they just need to work on easing the newer players into certain things. But yeah, no, I just don't have much faith in this Ardarnia region being, I guess, easy for life skills, or not easy, but having any type of real life skilling aspect to it. Just like how in Ulakita, we don't really have anything we can go out there and gather for or do anything active other than what, barely scratching the surface with matchlock hunting, maybe a few acacia here and there, wild herbs, but that's it. You could have done so much more. Like with Soul, you could have done so much more with Soul, but you dropped the ball on the whole life skilling aspect of it. Like, there's a material out there that we can't even like gather. We can just walk right through it. It's not even like solid. You intend to sea monster hunt, take at least 4 realistics for cannon swing, 2 innocence, and balance 2 slots and shit. Yeah, and you know, maybe if they would have explained a little bit more about the sailors or ease us in a little bit easier, you know, I'd be more inclined to go ahead and do shit like that and pay for the slots to be able to do things like that. You know, I can go, okay, well, I know this one and that one, but they don't. They make it so cash oriented and so confusing that you'll waste your money on the cabin slots, realizing like, oh, I didn't even need that. I could have just settled with the 10 innocents and called it a day. It's just dumb. But like I said, they're making changes. They're going to make it easier for us to be able to start as a newer player and not be too terribly confused. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't really make money today. Really didn't make money. I'm not going to sell the 6 bill. I mean, maybe I should. Maybe I should and make back the money that I lost today. But that was just a demonstration. So technically, I didn't really make any money today. Which is fine. I wasn't really trying to. I just really wanted to get my trade crates up. I used Innocence up until, I want to say they introduced the stupid first slot mates, or first cabin slot mate, or first mate, whatever the fuck. And then I started going and looking into Google and seeing what and all there was and shit like that. It's just, it's either people are saying confident or full innocent. Like, that's it. That's all you can find. No in between, no mix and match, no random variety. It's just this or that. This or that. This if you have the money, that if you don't. Yeah, so I'm not really gonna worry about it. I don't really like sailing. Sailing is so it's just too long and drawn out for me. It's way too long and drawn out for me personally. All right, so yeah, I don't have no 3.8. I think these are the, that's the confident right there. Unless these are the too confident, and that's the curious. I really wish you were able to go ahead and check. Yeah, they just don't make it fun. They really don't. The only make it fun is, or the only way that they made it fun was when you went out and bought your Carrack with the plus 10 parts. You got all of your cabin slots to go ahead and min-max that. You got your costume for the Carrack, and you're able to bypass all of that pain and suffering that 1 to Guru sailing brings. Like, ugh. The balance is faster than the Valor, all because of your sailor makeup, right? Mainly because of the sailors that you're using, right? I would imagine that your skills, like your mastery, if you're using the Corsair, all of that being dumped onto that, and then all of the gear on the ship and your sailors applying on their stats onto the sailing would go ahead and boost up above the Valor. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I know I should get back into sailing and bartering. It's just not fun. It's like farming. It's not fun. You know, they brought out a seed bag to try to help it out, and it's still the same shit, just with another bag. You added one extra step into the issue. You didn't solve it. Like, literally, you just added one extra step to the overall issue of the seeds not being able to stack. Like, that's all we asked for. Just the fucking stackable seeds. Not another bag. Not like another little area to store the unstackable. We just asked for one thing, just stackable seeds, you know? And you added one more step into the problem. That was all. You added one more step to the issue. Hope for the best, expect the worst, and pray for in the middle. That's how I deal with it with Pearl Abyss. And then occasionally when they knock it out of the fucking park, fuck yeah, doggy, that's some good cake. Pearl Abyss is the fucking company of the year. God damn, let me suck your asshole, Mr. Papa J. But that usually doesn't happen a lot. It usually doesn't happen. I think the last time that happened was what? Maybe the shared family life skills. Maybe the... I would say the G51, G100, but there's still no bonuses for that, so we're still waiting on that. But yeah, I get the idea. It's like way over top. That's not bad though. That's aspirations if anyone's really trying to get into sailing and shit like that. Like, I get a lot of you sailors in here that have like OP fucking sailing, and it's like, oh my god, what am I doing? Like, I regret not taking the time out of my early game time to get my first boat and get it up to a carrack. So, you know, I would at least have more of a footing into it. But now I'm like a fucking Walmart noob over here looking at you guys with your fucking premium ships and shit like that. Like, god damn, look at my little push scooter. Look at my little push scooter compared to your Lambo. All the time. All the fucking time. And then sitting there thinking like, oh, the underwater gathering is the better way to get the underwater gathering items, and come to find out, sailing. Sea monster hunting. The thing that I bash and avoid and complain so much fucking about. All the time, without fucking fail. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start getting this ended off. I think I will be live tomorrow. I will update my community post if there is any change or anything of the such. If you guys are watching me over there on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, turn on all those notifications, because if you don't smack that bell, you're not going to know when I go live or anything. YouTube doesn't like to set out notifications, so make sure you hit that bell. I'll cheer for Jay a little if he goes ahead and adds... No, first, I want to know if Jay's alive. Like, Jay, can you give us a little ukulele apology video? Hey, guys, I'm sorry about the shit. You know, PA can't do shit. I don't know. Anything. Just please, Jay, like, come out and just apologize. Show us you're still alive. Fucking fishing mastery. But yeah, if you guys are watching me over there on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, turn on all those notifications. Huge shout out to all of my subbies and my channel members. You guys are fucking amazing, and you guys keep my streams always so entertaining and keeps me wanting to come back. Especially you, Bolo. For anyone who sits there and thinks that I'm like getting legit mad, or I'm having an attitude or anything of the such or whatever, no, I enjoy when, you know, I get challenged and it's a good debate and everything. Like Volo, you know, Volo likes to keep me on my toes, and, you know, it's always a fun time, you know, and I need more of that, because, you know, sorry, like, content creators will just sit there and lie to you guys, and you guys take it with a fucking face value and not really question shit. So, you know, when Volo's over there like, no, I'm calling cap because of this, and it really forces me to go ahead and show and give like examples and everything, you know, it's a lot better than, oh, well, if he says that, then it has to be that way, right? Knowing damn well it's fucking wrong, you know? A creator can sit there and tell you you'll make 6.6 bill at Tigris overnight, and you'll automatically fucking believe him. You know, so it's always great to have the debate and, you know, to really keep me on my toes and pushing like what Null is like accurate and what is an actual fucking lie, especially when translations suck and most of us will just go by whatever guide or creator says without really seeing any type of numbers and shit like that. But if you guys are watching me over there on Twitch, be sure to follow me. You guys, you know when I go live, and you can join in on all of this discussions and just straight trolling me when I get my things wrong, because I'm usually never right. You know, very rarely am I right, but usually, you know, you guys will be like, actually, no, here's the links and everything, like hell, you know, hell showing me the different little skills for your workers and all. YouTube thumbnails never lie. Yeah, and that title I just edited twice, not lying. Swear. It's on the internet, it has to be real. But I will let you guys know what's going on tomorrow. What are we going to be doing? If I'm going to be gathering, fishing, sitting here with my thumb up my ass, trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing live for you guys while talking to you. I don't know. I will let you guys know. So it's not going to be a complete surprise. So keep your eyes peeled out for that. And with all of that out of the way, guys, as much as you guys keep me wanting to talk, I do have to go and cook. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Keep gathering out there, everyone.